The Prime Minister says the Emergencies Act will be used to strengthen and support law enforcement agencies at all levels across the country. So what will that look like? Sean Cowan has more.
Several changes across this country over the past 24 hours at various blockades. In Alberta, the RCMP say they have arrested 11 people at the border crossing in Coutts, where demonstrators have been since the end of January. Meanwhile, the Ambassador Bridge in Windsor fully reopened this morning after police moved in on protesters over the weekend. Demonstrators have also cleared from the Peace Bridge in Fort Erie, and the QEW in that area is also open. But in Ottawa, an encampment remains in the downtown core. Today, a judge has granted another injunction against the noise and idling. But former Ottawa City Councillor Dave Chernushenko says it's showing no signs of going away.
Increasingly, we were seeing trucks with the flags flying, pickup trucks rather than the 18-wheelers, and increasingly abusive behavior. People driving down streets, shouting at people, swearing at them, going into harassing any store owner that dared to ask them to respect the masking rule.
He says it's time the federal government steps in.
Do I want to see tanks in my street? Absolutely not. That is not the Canada any of us believe in. Does some sort of show of force, is it required? It's looking increasingly like it's going to be.
And more force could be coming. The Emergencies Act allows the federal government to invoke temporary measures, which include barring people from gathering or traveling to certain locations.
I think the Act could declare certain parts of Ottawa as now being under federal jurisdiction, and that now the RCMP would be directing things rather than the Ottawa Police Force.
And it can be brought in only in situations where the provincial premier agrees. So it seems like Premier Ford is quite happy to move forward with this as a way of, obviously, as the Premier of Ontario, he sees the loss of economic activity in downtown Ottawa as pretty significant.
Premier Ford says all three levels of government are focused on ending the illegal occupations.
Let me be clear. If you choose to use your vehicle to create chaos, you will lose that vehicle and your license, plain and simple.
And the Prime Minister says this will not involve the military. I also just spoke with Niagara Regional Police, and they are confirming that the Peace Bridge is still open and there are no blockades or road closures in that area.